Do, 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 do. We are going live. Just getting everything set up. Make sure we're actually running. Cool, cool. Doing some meta talk, as the title says. Give people time to trickle in here as well. Share it around a little bit. Interesting. Yeah, we'll be talking about all this fun stuff. So yeah, if you guys have questions, make sure you get them in chat. Just giving people time to filter in right now. And my co-host for tonight, his computer decided to do an update right beforehand. Bet I got feedback going on, don't I? Let's turn that off. Do, 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 do. Yeah, as you guys are coming in, just letting you know, waiting for a little bit before we start diving too deep into this. Just giving people time to filter in before we fully kick off in the discussion. Got some, definitely some interesting things. Mostly a lot of things I didn't expect. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of things. There was a couple, just a couple that I didn't expect. Turn my child's TV down so she stops, her videos stop overriding mine. There we go. Hey, you there? Oh, well then. I mean, I guess that works. Oh, yeah. Yep. And Discord updates can take a while, too. Naturally. Well. All right. The struggle bus is real. All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead and kind of start chatting a little bit. So you weren't at the regional over the weekend. We didn't make signups for everyone here. When they went live back in December, I actually just went to support a friend that was playing in it, and they had a wait list line, so I jumped in it. I was like 30 people deep in this line. I did not expect to get in, and lo and behold, I did. So I ended up playing in it after all, and I think for the most part, what we've been seeing recently is what was there, like, in force, right? Of course, you always have your outliers that are kind of random and sporadic, but when you get in those final top 16s, it's pretty much all the same for the most part. I've been on a Black War Greymon. Oh, can't hear the other person talking. Let's see. Say something. Yeah, it's not going through. Let's see. Let's change where you're coming from.
I mean, it just kicked into my laptop while I was at the other side of my room.
Ah. All right. Let me know how that sounds, guys. Can you hear him?
Do they want to hear me?
I mean, honest. Probably. It might. My talking might sound really random. Otherwise,
it's fine. I gotta pull up what we're looking at on stream.
Okay.
I like how I got tagged in the group chat as I'm the one on here with you.
Okay.
Tell nobody. They'll never know.
Oh man. Oh, the heat's coming in chat already. So yeah, like I was saying, I've been on a Black War kick recently. It's just what I'm comfortable with, really. I've done well in the past with it, so that's kind of what I've been doing. And none of the other meta decks really feel like, I don't know, they don't really feel like my play style. Like, so let's go ahead and talk about like what's been doing well, right? Of course, we've got Leviamon, right? And you've been playing Leviamon for, what, like 2 weeks now that you've been testing it out and trying it?
To a point. Can you share your screen or send me the website?
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
There's not really much to see. So yeah, I don't really like the Leviamon playstyle. I've also really never had a ton of luck with purple either. Like the whole like trash setup. I tried playing Anubis at Nats, right? And yeah, it didn't go so well. I mean, I was doing well enough to keep playing and keep trying to make top 128, and then literally bubbled in the last match, sadly. And that kind of taught me, play what you're comfortable with. Don't play with what's the best, right? So, and unfortunately, the website, we're on Eggman's website, by the way, just FYI for everybody. They don't have the regional over the weekend. They don't have that updated. But I was there, so I kind of saw most of what was being played and, you know, what topped and everything like that. So I do have feedback on that.
Numa topped, right?
Yeah, Nume took first in it. Yes, there was a ton of SetCon though. Like, holy cow, so much SetCon there. I mean, of course, Leviamon was a massive pool, but SetCon was like the other massive pool of players, as well as Red Hybrid. Red Hybrid is super popular. I think Red Hybrid, the nice thing about it is it's super simple. It's very difficult to brick with relatively compared to other decks. So in a super long tournament like a regional, it usually does well and has a good turnout just because it doesn't take a lot of brain power, I would say. It's a red deck. I mean, even though it's a hybrid deck, it's still a red deck. So they're pretty much just go burr, go fast.
I mean, yeah, but that's just kind of Red's playstyle.
Right.
Good
So
point.
yeah, and it's all you don't do. I mean, you can get up into a mega, right, and do some work, but the deck doesn't like only work if you get into your mega, right? I mean, you can literally just do work with rookies and level 4s and that. So
I think another big reason for saying that top ends up being Luugamon. And I think whenever BT 16 comes out, having both Luugamons in that deck to speed out your pieces even faster is going to make that deck just a tad bit more seen.
yeah, and Ukamon's really what's helping keep the deck, I think, relevant now. The current one, just the being able to promote up out of raising and hatch and gain a memory immediately. I mean, it's sort of a Champions Rush style deck, but also like a sort of Rookie Rush style deck where you can just keep promoting out of raising area every single turn. So that helps it. And then also kind of the same thing for Numemon, right? Because Numemon does a very similar thing of kind of just rush you down with little bodies, and it's just hard to keep up with all of them.
Oh, yeah, their level 4 is also being 3 cost. The drop, most of them, just makes that deck ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy. And 3 drop, and then on the Digipolice one, you can give rush. So that's really nice. Yeah, so they can have lots of different things going on, and I think that's why we're seeing such a surgence of Numemon, right? I mean, look at the raid and trades regional right here, right? 25% was Red Hybrid, 25% was Numemon. And we're kind of seeing a big trend of that, right? So Numemon, again, super big here in cores. And then I'm not really sure what the Adventure Series 3 tournament is. February Ultimate Cup, though, we're not going to really look at because, of course, Apocalypse was still at 4, so we don't really take that into consideration. But I will say that Numemon was a beast in that, even up against decks with 4 of Apocalypse. So Numemon holding its own for sure. And it doesn't have a whole lot of counters, right? Because with Leviamon, you can have counters that can kind of tech against it, right? And they have to try to out those, like floodgate rookies and stuff like that. Numemon, though, it has so many different things it can do. You don't really have a overall big counter to Nume, do you?
Crimson Blaze does pretty good. Stops them by playing by effects, so your X antibody gets slowed down. And then the floodgate rookie, like Pumamon, I want to say, offhand, kind of prevents it. But beyond for that, it's just you're kind of depending on 2 cards. Or whichever other floodgates are out.
Right. So, I mean, you can... Yeah, Crimson Blaze is pretty good because it does that big wide board removal. But it also has a lot of... But it can build back up, though, right? I mean, you whack it down once, and then, like, next turn, it just builds right back up again.
I think that's a big reason why we saw Gallant over here in Raiden trades. Is because he was running 2 Crimson, wasn't he? Or was he running more?
Yeah, he was running. It was 2 or 3 Crimson Blazes. Yeah,
I know he was doing some big.
I think that was the this was the UK one, if I'm not, or not UK, but just Europe regional in general. And that's the one that won that regional too, that Gallant did. And it has a whole lot of, answers to decks like Numemon. Numemon being super popular right now. And Red Hybrid, in a sense, if they leave anything on their field, the Gallant and all of its inheritables and stuff, they can pop so many low DP stuff. And both of those decks are pretty low DP in their level 4s and lower.
Yeah, they're running 2 Crimson Blazes.
Yeah.
I think the Crimsons helped, and then of course the BT13 Gallant is such a aggressive card in any matchup. And with Nume being like, well, I gotta fill up my trash, you're just like, okay, well my Gallant's cheaper. On play delete 6,000, when attacking delete 6,000 or less.
Right, and it also hits the Leviamon too, because 13 and 14k on the 2 levies. I'm pretty sure. I know the new one is 14, but I'm pretty sure the old one is 13.
Yeah, so it's 13,000. So it's got the on play when Digimon one attack. Delete opponent's Digimon 6,000 DP or less. If no opponent's Digimon was deleted by this effect, delete a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more.
Yeah. So it's got flexibility for different matches. Now, is that to say like Gallant is like serious meta contender? I don't think so. I think it's dependent on its matchups, because the wrong matchup it's just going to lose. So if it goes against like the really, really popular stuff every time, which in theory you would think that's what you're going to play against, right? As long as you don't go against any rogue matchups, I think it's got a really good shot. It's just when it has to deal with other weird oddball decks that it's going to suffer on.
Yeah,
or getting out turboed, right? So like Mirage, something like Mirage will just turbo past it.
So when you go in here to raid and trade, they have Marcus Hybrid.
Yeah, so that's the new it's like new yellow hybrid, if I'm not mistaken here. So this is the deck. Yeah, this is the deck that Kyle Cohen brought to Nats. He got top 64 with. When we were talking about Nats, I did mention this deck as like an honorable mention. It didn't make top 16, but it was still such a cool, neat deck. It's almost like a yellow hybrid setcon list, but also just like crazy fast turbo aggro, right? Because you've got the Agumons here. The main turn your Marcus into a Digimon for free, right? You got the other one that gains you memory if you have a tamer in play, so you can make big plays. You got the Geo Gray that searches your security and lets you play a tamer for free, as well as, of course, you just get a look at your security, right? So you know what's in it at all times, kind of thing.
Yeah, the other thing is they're running 4 Shining Blazes, 4 final Shining Burst, and then Sunrise Buster and Trinity Gaia. So their security is probably set every time their opponent goes to swing.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a lot of DP minusing, though. I actually played against this in the 6th round of the regional over the weekend, and I was excited to actually get a play against it. It was really, really cool. I was playing Black War, though, so I had protection from DP minus a few times, and I think that saved me, like, considerably. So, and it was also kind of just unfortunate that they had to play against me, because I also have Hades Force. So I'm just like, okay, let's just wipe all that backfield of tamers right quick and set them back a good bit. So
the Korons, the red Koros, BT 14, am I right? Yes, 14. Those are just busted, especially with the Marcus, because you don't even have to attack with your Agu. You can just be like, okay, Marcus, swing. Here's a free draw for me.
Yep. It's really cool, because now you can basically kind of, you don't have to, because usually in the past the red yellow hybrid was you have to run the Gigimon with the Gilmon, the when attacking draw, so you get 2 draws out of it, right? But you would have no utility in doing that. With this running the Koromons now, you can get good value there, and then you can actually get some utility pieces like with these Agumons, right? So you get 2 attacks out of the BT13 one because you just turn one of your Marcuses also into a Digimon. So yeah, the value in this deck is crazy. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen it a little bit more. I actually considered playing it. I do love me some yellow hybrid, but I got rid of all my alt arts, so now I'm just like, I can't bring myself to play this deck after I betrayed it and got rid of all my stuff.
Yeah, I'm just fair. That's me with almost any deck that I'd immediately trade alt arts with.
Yeah. And like you don't want to pick up a deck, right? That's you're gonna be like, oh man, if I pick this deck up, I'm gonna want the alt arts for it. So you're like, it's better if I just don't play it, because then I can save myself.
I've done that with a deck. I forgot what it was, but I like picked up all the alt arts and I played it for one night. I looked at you and I'm like, oh no,
yeah,
you trade.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, I wish I hadn't done that. Yeah, been there, done that. So
I'm looking at the Levia list. They are not running Fighting Crush. Oh, I'm still on the raid. Sorry, I'm still over in that. It was third.
Gotcha.
They are not running Biting Crush.
What?
Yeah, they're running.
Holy cow!
They're not. There's also only one rare.
I mean, that could just be a budget issue of couldn't afford more.
Oh, yeah, but I feel like Biting Crush is weird.
Yeah, no Biting Crush is wild. It doesn't. They're not even going hard on the. I thought maybe they would be going into the Levia X play a whole lot more, but they're not running the level 5, right? The ShineGreymon, the Waru ShineGreymon, they're not even running that. So for the Levia X play, so no Biting Crush, no Waru ShineGreymon. Interesting. I mean, it got third, so clearly they're doing something right with it.
See, 2 ruins are good. See, because I played mine almost like this, except I wasn't running purple. I was doing 4 Biting Crush. I think that's where my brick might have been at. I think he's probably on the right path. But me personally, I'd probably drop the 2 purples for at least 2 biting, because I don't like not having biting.
Right. Yeah, I would think at least 2 biting. I mean, I understand not wanting to run too many, because this isn't like a Setcon style build here where you're just trying to blow stuff up a whole lot. It doesn't look like. It looks pretty aggressive. But
okay, so I think because are the Dobers. Oh no, they're when you play Digimon by effect. I was gonna say maybe he just drops the levies and then reduces them off the Labras and Dobers, but they're only by effect.
Yep.
So he's probably. I wonder if he was digivolving the entire time.
That's what I was curious about. Like, I was looking at, he's running 4 protoforms and then 4 wisdom. I mean, 4 wisdom makes sense, but 4 protoform seems like he's just doing a lot of digivolving. So yeah, he's just getting super aggressive, I think. Because, yeah, I mean, they both got security attack. They're big bodies. I mean, they're powerful megas, for sure.
I think that's probably why he was doing 2 purples, is to be like, okay, well, pop purple, pop wisdom, go into that for 3 and hope it doesn't feel bad.
Captain Chan says build Digis up with Serb and then deletes to swing twice. Makes sense.
Yeah. You know, I ran that in mine as a 2-of, and I was like, man, I don't like this card, but probably I'm just a bad player with Levia.
I mean, you've had terrible luck with that deck. I played against, I think, maybe one Levia all weekend, and it didn't do anything. Like, I maybe he just bricked super bad, but, I mean, my deck was super aggressive, and he just didn't have time to get up into anything. But because, you know, you need that setup, right? If you're going to Evo all the way, you can you can do that relatively easily, but if you're trying to set up like the trash plays and stuff like that, that takes so much time.
Yeah, I'm surprised these purples aren't missed.
Yeah.
But I think it was just for dig power.
Yep. He's got a little bit of draw trash inheritables for the aggro.
Yeah. Gabu, or not Gabu, Garuru X, my boy represents still. Although he's at that one.
Yep.
My poor puppy dog.
He's so good, though. So good. Like, that engine is small, but it's still so powerful.
I think with the way that purple is doing, if you like look at most purple lists, besides for Luga, we don't pay attention to Luga. The structure deck Garurus seem to always be in there for purple base.
Yep.
For stuff. They're just that good.
It's not like overly crazy, right? Like he's not running the mats, right? So he's not going to get any value there. Well, I guess he could play the Gabus, but he's not playing Gabus either. So he's just doing the when Digivolving draw one trash one and the when attacking draw one trash one. So he's just going for like very simple, straightforward value. Like that's, you know, I'm all about that. I love like keep it simple, stupid, and just make it efficient.
Fair.
Yeah. So no like crazy one of techs or anything like that. He's not doing like one ruin mode, one death X. You know, he's just like ruin mode, you know, call it good there, which is great because that's a huge counter to stuff like Red Hybrid. Like absolutely decimates that deck. So
yeah, the Red Hybrid list isn't doing anything spicy. It's still got the Garurumon Ace tech that I'm seeing everybody start to pick up.
I'm surprised we're not seeing more yellow vaccine. So just jumping over here to this one here that managed to top.
Oh, you talking about the 14th place one?
Yeah. What I played against something. I played against a Belphamon that used this Wizardmon, right? So he's got the blocker here, and then on play and on deletion by trashing the top or bottom part of your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP until the end of their turn. Like, actually pretty interesting. It was pretty neat. It's a 5 play cost, which isn't terrible, but in conjunction with like the Angelomon Ace, super good.
So looking at this vaccine list, and I think this just might be the way I play, but I don't run the BT15 Kari. I run the is it BT7? No.
It's the memory fixer one.
Yeah, you suspend it to gain a memory, something's added.
Right.
I run that. I just like that one better. Also, only 2 emissaries.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's super wild. Yeah, they definitely are leaning into the Angelomon package like hardcore. Which, hey, I can respect that. Like trying out something super fresh. Yeah, merciful mode though. Like, that is so good right now. Like, this card is stupid strong in the right format. In the wrong format, this is an absolute dud.
I saw, like, so many people... I think it was when Levius for some was like, oh yeah, merciful mode needs to be back in the meta. Merciful mode needs to be back in the meta. I'm like, no, it's fine. I play against my first Levia, and I'm like, merciful mode might need to be back in the meta. I might have made a mistake.
I know something really popular is the what is it? The Black Gaogamon Uber, the Uber driver. Mm-hmm. It's got that on play. You can bottom deck a card from your opponent's trash. It's yeah, a really good card right now. I think it's kind of a must, honestly, and it's good into multiple matchups. Like, it's not, of course, the Leviamon is obvious, but not just that, right? Even Red Hybrid, because they like to source all those hybrids from trash underneath their Takuyas, so you can kind of hit that a little bit, even.
So just running around looking at some of these lists. So it's the Luugamon players seems to be doing. It's all tamer heavy after looking at it a bit more. I think it was, which one am I on? I'm on the 10th place Luga. It's running 3 purple boost, 4 wisdom training, that's kind of typical with this deck with how
Yeah.
much it can. If you don't see pieces, you break. 4 edgies, which is fine. I expect that. 4 analog youth. Feel like we're a bit heavy on those, and then 1 mat.
Yep.
But beyond for that, only 8 rookies.
Yeah, it really seems like they're going really hardcore into popping off as fast as possible. It's kind of a one trick pony build, which hey, again they made it work, but yeah, there's no Uber driver, so clearly, come on now, you gotta have that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, because I mean the 3 Tyrannos I get, 2 of the new Luugarmons, from 15. I mean, I'm seeing people do that just because it's in name, but even then, I'm not a fan of that card, so I understand why it's so low. But the Tyranno being the searching the top 4, grabbing something with SOC, and then a Tamer, I get. That card's extremely good for archetype, especially when you start playing it off Finn or Soul.
yep. I whenever I put my Luugamon deck profile out, we had a big conversation thread going and talking about like what level 4s to run and stuff like that. And this Tyrannomon, pretty much at the end of the conversation, was like, this really should be included in the deck. It's surprisingly incredibly good. Like, doing this exact thing. Only 8 rookies. It's okay because you want to see the Luugamons, right? Like any other rookie really doesn't matter. And if you're going to be hard playing something like a Drakmon, right? You just run the Tyrannomon instead of the Drakmon because it's one more and you can grab an AG off of the search. So yeah, end up just being so much better. That one guy, yeah, this is Yugo Souls that's in here talking with me. And
So
DS, this is the 10th place regional from Europe.
I think, in me personally, instead of Matt, I'd run an Anubis mod. I think Anubis is broken. Because another thing too you can do is, let's say your opponent has a big body on board, and you have the Anubis and a Hell Luugamon or Luugarmon in trash. You can just be like, okay, Anubis effect, trash 3, play the Hell for 1, and then be like, end of turn, blow himself up. You're returning a Luga from trash, and then you're also popping the Digimon. The Luugarmon's broken to a point, anyway.
To a point. It's so weird that some stuff in here is Japanese. I guess it's just not updated yet.
But
Let's see. Jumping back over here. I'm very, very sad we don't have the list from over the weekend, though.
oh yeah, I
I'm
was
curious to
hoping
see what this
see it.
Bloom is doing. Right, we haven't seen Bloom in a hot minute. Actually, gonna jump over here. This was my BT15 tier list prediction. Where did I put Bloom on here? For the most part, a lot of this was on point. A few choices were a little overzealous potentially. There's Bloom. I put it middle tier 2, which feels about right because a one top out of all these regionals so far. That's about what you would expect. But where is it?
Oh, Mirage Galgo won that one.
Yeah, I mean Mirage Gauga is still solid as long as you can see your pieces. It's kind of a high roll, right? Because you need enough. You got to see your pieces fast enough. I played it in the final round of the regional over the weekend, and I popped off with my Greymon deck, right? And they were popping off just as fast. It was so wild. We were having like turn 3 OTKs between the two of us. Unfortunately, I lost because I hit into Blitz Omnimon. They had the one of Blitz Omnimon in their deck, and my level 5 MetalGarurumon was 14k, and it died on the security check. And then because I had basically had game at that point, and then they ended up going to their turn and swinging like 3 times with the level 5, nothing in security. It didn't have jamming or anything like that, and it managed to survive. So yeah, like if it high rolls well enough, Mirage is a threat for sure, especially when it's got jamming. Like it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's similar to what Garuru in that aspect. You're just swinging a whole bunch of times with, most likely not dying.
Oh yeah, but I mean, Guru's got the hit. Mirage got the 1 hit. My boy is currently sinking in the ban list of the Shadow Realm.
It should have been less generic. If it had been less generic, I think it would have been fine. But yeah, it's just too abusable in other decks. But again, like they killed Apocalypse, so why not bring back all those cards they hit? They were trying to slow down Apocalypse, and they just couldn't. So then they hit all these cards, and then eventually hit Apocalypse. Like, bring back those other cards you hit because Apocalypse abused them.
I don't think they'll ever do it, because if they bring Scatter Mode back, or they bring, like, the Garuru X back, it's going to be a problem, especially with Anubis being a 1-0, because you can just be like, okay, Scatter Mode for free?
Right.
But you can be like, I was told to look at chat.
Yeah, DS. With that Numemon, yeah, we were talking about that just a little bit ago. I'm so surprised that it's got counters out there for it, right? Like Crimson Blaze really messes it up, and Red Hybrid has access to it, but yet still it's I guess it just builds back up so fast. Like that was the only thought, was that everything in Numemon is so cheap that even if you board wipe them, they'll just build back up the next turn pretty fast.
So, looking at this Bloom list, they are the Hydramon. I've been so back and forth on if I want to run that again or not. But my issue is for that is it's a 5 cost, but it's pretty good. And then 3 quartz feels a little heavy for me.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, dang, they got 7 level 6s and then 3 quartz. Holy cow, this is super top heavy. But again, I guess it's just another one of those kind of like high rolls. Like once you see your pieces, you just kind of hit the ground running.
We got sent a link in the group chat.
In the group chat? That's not in the chat.
It's the top 4 from this weekend.
Oh, cool. I will go grab it then and throw it on screen. But yeah, so Chimeramon also. I don't think I really see many Chimeramons in Bloom. I guess because you can, spit out level 4s for super cheap, and you could just kind of DNA them into the Chimera?
Yeah, I mean, Chimera was an old staple. Even as a 1-of in here, I see its use. Especially if it's like... Because you spam so many level 4s on board too, and then let's say you have the Quantum out, everything's suspended. If you DNA, it's not suspended. You can go for game.
Right.
It's like one of those Blitz the Blitz Omni cards. You always want to have at least one in hand.
Right. If you can get away with running it, yeah, makes sense.
My laptop was like, oh, we're opening Twitter, and it's like, wait, no, it's X. My bad.
All right, yeah, so I got it pulled up for you guys.
Wait, it says Oceanic March 24th.
Yeah, so this was Oceanic. This wasn't the one I played at in Dallas in Mesquite, but still, let's see. So we got Davis, Terriermon. I was hearing about Terriermon putting in some work. This is crazy. Fire Rocket? Man, Fire Rocket. Yeah. It's so crazy. I mean, it makes sense.
Death X. Omnimon Merciful Mode.
Yep. And then just hearing about the Mega Gargomon ruling, right? Where it can... it stops hybrids, right? Because they can't... Because the tamers are treated as Digimon, because that's what it says to do in the hybrid text. And so Mega Gargomon stops Digimon from evoing. So not only is it basically a double blocker, but it also turns off so many decks. MetalGarurumon Ace, incredibly strong card.
Oh yeah. I think we were playing that wrong at the pre-release.
I think people were just forgetting. They were just thinking about its other effects and not not reading it through. But I mean, what? It's an interesting deck list though that they have here. Like running the merciful mode in here, I guess to deal with like the Leviamon decks, right? And
The fire rockets are weird to me.
yeah,
I get it for the rapids, but that's just a little weird to me. Agility training 2 of. I always expect to see training cards and decks at this point.
right, absolutely.
Then double typhoon 4 of. It's about valid, but gone for that. Narrow. Why are they running narrow? What does narrow do? The 5th Digi-Egg they got.
I don't know. I can't read that. It's so blurry. I don't think I've ever seen anyone run it.
I think it's from EX5.
Man, Heaven's Judgment at a 1 of. I'm surprised it's not more,
Yeah.
but I guess they've got 2 giant missiles, so I guess that makes sense. But because I don't normally run like 2 different big kill options, I'm more of a run one or the other at 2 of.
Okay, so the narrow is while this Digimon is suspended, it gets plus 1,000 DP. It's in all turns.
Well, at least it's in all turns.
So
What else? What else top tier? Was it Davis again? Was that 2 Davis?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing the Uka package. I am so against the Uka package.
Oh wow. Oh, you don't ever see. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone run the Uka package.
Like, there's always a couple, and people are always like, "Yeah, the Uka package is really good." Also, when you look over here at the aces, Mega Gargomon's on, or Gaogamon's on this one. Gargomon, whichever one.
Yeah.
Dyslexia kicked in real hard.
I mean, green black blast Evo. I mean, it's kind of like an honorary of the 4 sovereigns, right?
I mean, they're running hard on that green engine, so yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so they're not running any of the Geni. Yeah, I guess because they're running the Ukamon package, you don't really want to. The Geni would probably interfere a little bit.
I mean, the Geni makes it so you can look at the top. I think it's 5. I want to say 5. And then you can grab a level 3. I think it's a level 3 non-white. So you could grab the Gaze, but even then, it's just kind of messing your own gimmicks up. Because most people don't even do the on-play, because it's a you may. It's just for the... If you have something in the back, your opponent's swinging, you'd be like, suspend, promote, blast Evo.
So they have the whole top 32 all the way to top 32. So yeah, we see the red hybrid there. Alphamon in 5th place. Like, that's the deck list I want to see. I don't care about no these top 4 decks. We've seen these before, but an Alphamon deck, God, I want to see that.
Are we doing tech? Right? My stream crashed.
I was just in that post there with the pictures, and then their first comment has all the top stuff. Let's see, this red hybrid list is pretty simple. They got the Gatsu here, which prevents the play by effect, so it's just to cancel. Like, Leviamon decks can't mess with you because you got all those hybrid, or you got all those tamers, so they can really kind of pop off pretty big. So Gatsumon kind of stops that. Again, they can deal with them. They just have to put more work into clearing the Gatsumon on field. Like, it feels really bad to play an 8-cost Biting Crush just to kill a Gatsumon.
I've done it.
I mean, you have to. I mean, really, in Levia, like, it's frustrating. But if you leave a Gatsumon on field, you're basically just gonna lose.
There's one game I did where I swung with the Warasidra. They go to play a body, and I have two biting crushes in the back. And I'm like, oh, I'll pop one whenever he puts some down. Immediately drops Gatsu, and I'm like, I scoop.
Yeah, if you're not running an out for Gatsu, like it also makes sense with that one guy, that list we saw where he wasn't doing the biting crush at all. He was just hard evoing up into those megas. So with the protoforms and the trainings, I mean, maybe he was just anticipating everyone hard countering. I mean, I guess it kind of worked out in his favor, predicting that.
So I got an alpha list pulled up.
Oh, Alphamon also got in top 16, so it was in top 8 and in top 16. What? Where did you find this Alphamon list at?
So when you go over back to the Eggman, if you go to March Sydney Regional, one of them got 5th place.
Let's see. March. The Sydney Regional. I don't see a Sydney Regional. Oh, there it is. 5th place Alphamon. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I am super curious. So yeah, we got a lot of the classics. Got the Leviamon in here. Respect. They're not running the on play trash to draw. Which funny, just got that judge pack too. Like, oof, feels bad.
They got the blocker Darugamon as a one of. They were doing big number in this one.
Yeah. Let's see, all turns gets a 1K versus the what you no, this is that's so weird. Oh, I guess because it's a lower play cost, it's a 4 play cost versus the 6.
Yeah, I wonder if they're like, oh, I'm breaking, so time to hard drop and then build up.
Yeah. Let's see.
One protoform is weird to me though.
I don't know.
Also,
I don't like protoform, but that's just me. It's okay.
See,
but
I like it. My reasoning for liking it is I'm like, okay, well, if my opponent kills my body, I'm at least getting a piece back, and I'm putting it on security. So it's like, here's an extra life for me to try to fight my way back out. And then if it comes back to me, I can just be like, okay, well, here's another one to be like, hey, we're gonna keep trying to stall out a little bit here.
Right. I funny enough, I like the part that where it goes to security. Like it's like I mean, it's a free check for the opponent, but it's still a check that they have to put in, right? So it's almost like a little bit of recovery. Only one Yuji. So they went 4 Cool Boy and 1 Yuji, and that was it. So they're not trying to do like the old OTK strategies, it doesn't look like, with like the Aurumon. They're still rocking the 2/2 of the Alphamons. I guess it's so hard to choose, right? I love the protection effect of the new Alphamon, but the old one is so good for aggressive plays.
I like the new Alphamon, but I like it with the new Greymon. Because you kind of lock in hey, your Megas can't attack.
Right.
And I think that's why we were seeing so much of some of these other cards. The higher up on the I say X line, but the death line. Just because they're just extra pieces to be like, okay, time to throw in. And that might be why there's only one Yuji. It's because it automatically throws a piece in, so you don't really need the Yuji.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then 3 Aurumon. So I feel like 2 was the normal back in the day. I mean, I guess 3 was pretty common as well.
I'm surprised it's not 2 of those and 1 Death X.
Right. Only 1 Congo. I'm kind of surprised not more Congo. Like, SetCon is so big right now, right? So being able to stop them from recovering is pretty nice. Like, yeah, the Alphamon here cannot be affected by options, but it's not really about that. The Congo is more for, stopping the recovery. I mean, this is kind of a really good SetCon counter, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder if the big number is because of the way that they're running it with all the plus stuff. I wonder if it's they were worried about being DP minus in the format with like Davos going around with Fanglong.
Oh yeah. But I don't know, Fanglong, like, if they want to DP minus you to kill you, they're gonna do it. Just they can put the numbers up fast on that DP minus.
Yeah, yeah.
And what, the
So
old one was it? The old one that's prevented? Yeah, the old Door Gray, the busted one that prevents DP minus.
yeah, he's got that in there as a one of.
Yeah,
Which I
well,
mean,
and
that,
the Door Gray, the new one also. If a card is placed by this effect, this Digimon can't have its DP reduced until the end of your opponent's turn. So, yeah, I mean, it also then this also dodges like Vaccine Angels pretty nicely as well. So yeah, I mean,
I
this
think
is cool. It's a good
the
meta
only
call.
issue with Alpha for the four great sovereigns is yeah, if they crash into you with an ace, you just cry inside.
Let's see. So jumping back, there was an armor list that topped in this same tournament. It is the a Magnamon build running 4 Ukomon. It's almost like Ukomon is an incredibly powerful card or something. Who knew?
I'm fully expecting whenever the promo boxes come out for all the tamer stuff for the movie. I fully expect after that comes out, they're gonna give us like 2 weeks, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, Uka's at 1. Have fun."
Right. They're probably waiting for that new Ukomon to come out, and then they'll be like, okay, now we'll get rid of the old Ukomon. Like, I wouldn't say it's broken, or I don't know. It's not on the same tier as like other decks that it's just like, oh, Apocalypmon, it's just I just deck you out in 2 turns, right? Absurdity. Ukomon's like, I get an extra hatch and a memory gain, right? Like I can promote a rookie out of raising area, every turn essentially. Is it really that powerful? No, but yes. At the same time, like Rookie Rush, eat your heart out.
So the Wear Ace is actually a pretty good card in here. Cause it's see, because I've been thinking about running this, but it's like it's on play when digivolving, draw 1. Then if you have 5 or more cards in hand, trash 1 card in hand. All turns when one of your Digimon effects adds a card to your hand, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't suspend until the end of their turn. So the other thing with that is, yeah, that's an all turns effect.
Yeah.
And the Magna up here, the really bad one that I don't like, the BT13 one, is if he dies, you draw a card. So, cards added to hand, he triggers, stunning something.
Yeah.
But Protoform, I think, is weird.
Yeah, a little bit. No Fire Rocket, but I guess the Ukomon kind of gives you your aggro package, so you don't really necessarily need Fire Rocket.
Shine and Death X is... I get Shine. Death X, I understand to a point, but I think I only understand it for the Numa matchup.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think this is really the format for Death X, and I think most people have gone to Shine because I think most people realize that Shine is kind of the better meta call right now.
Oh yeah,
but,
jamming Vmon.
Hard play Death X. Yeah, man, jamming Vmon's... If you're playing a Vmon deck and you put jamming Vmon in it, no one's going to question that, right? Like, people will be like, oh, well, it's not, it doesn't play in with the rest of the strategies, but it's still just jamming, like, on a rookie. I mean, Rocket.
That's kind of where I make the argument of, like, why no Fire Rocket? Because you can throw that on there, swing with a Magna, be like, oh, he died. 2 checks with jamming?
Yep.
See, that makes me question why no Fire Rocket. Only 1 Memory Setter Davis, I think, is weird. I dropped the Proto for a Davis.
Yeah, I would agree on that.
This deck has to be, like... It feels bad if you're not put to 3. Like, the only time it doesn't feel bad is with the promo Vmon. And You kind of cycle through those really quick in the beginning if you
Oh,
got them.
Ukamon is a free type.
Is he?
Oh my god. Yeah. That's man, these Vmon
Oh.
searchers that add free types. Oh. Ooh, Ukamon. Man, I'm gonna have to go look at my BT16 builds after this. I might need to be fitting some Ukamon in those.
I saw people freaking out about the price of Ukamon, and I'm like, they're in the demo decks for like $1 or $2.
Yeah,
You
I
don't have to
mean,
have the old part.
yeah, if you want the foil, I guess you can be
I
whatever,
even
but
think the foils have gone down. I want to say. So I think people remembered. Oh yeah, we have binders coming out around the end of May.
I think it's like June. It's like a week or two after the set releases. I mean, it's not that far.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm immediately a liar because apparently the demo deck one shot up to $8.
What's the foil one out?
uh, 1889 or 1981 for
Dang.
like $20.
Dang. Yeah, $20 per copy of Ukamon. And you know, people playing in tournaments, they gotta have their flashy versions, so
I mean, I'm just waiting for the binder ones. Those binder ones look amazing.
oh yeah. Like I've been debating selling mine just because I know I'm getting the binder ones. But
See,
granted, that's not till June. So if I need them beforehand, I would feel bad.
that's been my biggest thing is I'm like, okay, I have my playset of Ukamon. I have my one foiled copy and my three normal. I'm like, I should really sell these. And I'm like, but then I might have to play a deck that needs them.
Oh, Magnamon, right? Because we're getting the Evo cups with the new alt arts, and I'm like, man, these Magnamons are going for like $13 right now for the basic super rare version. God, that's not a bad card to sell right now, just because you know we're getting replacements that are relatively easy because there's going to be participant ones and the store champion ones. So
Yeah. Isn't there a top four one?
yeah, I think
Or
there's
am I thinking?
yeah, I think it's in all three categories. So like we're about to get a flood of Magnamon like reprints for this one. So the fact that the original is $13 blows my mind. But I guess people want to play it right now, which again, we did just see it top very very recently. So the deck is viable right now. I just put out a deck profile for this like last week or week before. So and people
Well,
were all over it. Like people are very excited. People are playing this deck right now. I mean, of course, it gets crazy good in BT16, but it's still meta viable right now.
so I'm going through the Digimon website, and I don't pay attention to the Digimon website that often. Starting to realize why I don't sign up for events as much as I should. Um, but we're getting PAL early. The Pulsemon that
Yeah,
isn't
that
a
yeah,
Pokemon.
pal.
The Evo Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that. We're
but
getting that earlier than we probably should be, but it's fine.
he's only really good in a Pulsemon deck, right? Though,
Yeah, but I mean, we're getting a Pulsemon deck in 16,
or
I
at least
think.
the
Right?
beginnings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we get the beginning.
I think we're getting the judge stuff right, but we're not getting the rest of the support until what 17? BT
I think
17, I
it's
think, is when we get Leon and we get the new Fenrir stuff.
yeah, the new broken Fenrir stuff.
I don't know about broken. It's cool,
I
but
mean, I get the drop. I just get the Digivolve and immediately drop the Pulse or a Kazuchi Mon, and then immediately DNA from the trash, and then minus 60.
what the heck? Okay, I just went and looked at the shine list in the same tournament. They have a bubbles
14?
in here.
Wait,
What? Why? Security, place one of your searchers from in play or from your hand under one of your Mother D Reapers. On play, place one of your searchers in play or from your hand under one of your Mother D Reapers. Adds its bottom distribution card. What? Why? Man,
Hold
if
on.
anybody knows the answer to why Bubbles is in this ShineGreymon list, please speak up. Because
I
maybe it's a misclick? I don't know.
well,
Like,
I mean, it'd be awkward if he got 14th and there was a misclick. Nobody paid attention to it.
wow, wild.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
just
we
like
do
looking,
get this
everything else here makes sense, though. Two of the old ShineGreymon's a bit of a surprise.
I mean, he's really good.
I mean, I know people have been running him as like a one of, but I didn't expect a 2-2 split on these guys. And no other text, like no other option cards other than physical training. Like, dang. I don't think I've seen anyone not run.
Well, clearly that's what the bubbles are for, man.
Well, yeah, Supreme Kai. I thought it was the one play cost one, right? That gives you the draw, but it's not even that one. It's not even the searcher. Like, why bubbles? I don't understand.
Oh, it's Supreme Kai. Can you teach me the Kaioken?
What? That's
It's
King
Supreme
Kai.
Kai.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I might have forgot Dragon Ball. Can you
Oh,
teach me?
jeez.
Oh, never mind. I don't
Get
like
out
the
of here.
Supreme Kai.
Get out of here.
Okay, I'll wait for this quick.
Take me to the Z sword. That's what you should ask. Jeez.
No, that broke and has an old man in it. I think I'd get put on a list if I break it.
Yeah, the rest of this flex spot. Yeah, let me just drop this bubbles because I know I'm about to wreck you. just cause it does nothing, but just to say I don't need this extra spot in my deck to beat you. Oh man.
I mean,
no removal
there's a
options.
Mahegramon.
Dang, that's wild.
Ninth place is a MachineDramon list.
Oh, I'm curious. What do we got here?
It's the build-up list to a point. You know, the list that everyone gave you crap on.
Imagine that the internet didn't like something. Oh yeah, this is like
think I
super
texted
similar
you-
to what I put out.
I think I like texted you the day of, and you're like, and I'm like, why are you getting so much hate for your build-up list? That's about the same way I run mine.
Yeah, I was like, I felt like mine was pretty normal. And, yeah. Oh, I didn't have Dorumon in mine, and people flame me for that. So.
I mean, okay, valid now. I'm starting to understand the hate.
The Mega Gargomon, that's an interesting one. I like it though.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's a machine
The
type,
Rapid
so
Mon in
you
here
can
makes
grab
sense,
it off
too.
the searches and stuff.
The Metal Mame Mon, I'm always a big fan of seeing, and the same for the Megadramon, the BT9 one. Being able, because the Mame pops a 5-cost Digimon, the Megadramon pops a 3 cost or less Tamer or Digimon, and in a format where, like, especially with Luugamon, where your Tamers are like essential for your combo, that card's good for that.
Oh yeah. And we have been
The,
seeing Luugamon do pretty well recently too. So
The Megadramon from BT15, there's a lot of Megadramons, and I'm realizing this every time I look back up to the screen. The BT15 one, his one attacking, I feel, is really good, especially if you get a lot under a stack, because you're just like, okay, one attacking, Digivolve 1,
yeah,
and
especially in combination with the other two that you were just talking about, the Megadramon to pop Tamers and the Metal Mame to pop 5k. So if you Digivolve first and then you activate those second,
yeah.
it's a pretty good order of operation. Hey Antics, welcome to the chat. Yeah, we're trying out live streaming this time around for our discussion. So if anybody got any questions, always feel free to ask, and we'll try to get to them.
A card I'm always a big fan of seeing in MachineDramon list is Hover Espimon. I love seeing that card.
Oh yeah, I forgot someone's channel featured this. It might have been Russ Morrow. I can't remember, but there was some crazy interactions with this. I know whenever I played against this deck, I was running Death X and I Death X'd them, and yeah, they just played a Hover Espimon against me and ate my Death X kill every single turn for like 3 turns in a row, and it was very, very difficult to get around. It was very frustrating. I think I love Hover SB1. Like when it came out and I got the alt art, I was happy. Like that alt art is like super worthless, right? But one, it's a great looking alt art, and two, I think it's a great card. It's very very underrepresented, underused as well.
So another thing while looking at the list, there's a lot of reboot on your lower end. Your Hagurumon's a reboot, your Gardramon's a reboot. Which I get, but at the same time also like that's a lot of reboot on your bottom end. And then if you look at the Gaogamon, or not Gaoga, whatever, the BT14, very first one. He's that's blocker, which is broken if you got the stacks of reboot from up here.
I was wondering, I was like, I don't see any blocker in this. Like, there's no Andromons that give blocker. Like, all the level 5s is like straight up aggro, like with the Metal Tyrannomon and the Rapidmons, and then you got security attack +1 twice.
So like
Yeah, it's control and aggro. It's not. There's like hardly any defense to it.
the Metal Tyranno and the Rapidmon are such good cards in this too, especially with the blocker and redirect, because they're all turns once per turn. When the Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, trash the top card of their security stack. And if you get that under one stack and you go, okay, direct myself into you and be like, okay, trash your Digimon dies, trash top 2.
Yep. Yeah, it's so good. I like before running to 2 Metal Tyrannomons before Rapid came out, and it's like, man, I wish I could put 2 Metal Tyrannomons in my my stack. Guess what? Now you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 Chaos Dramon is, I think, heavy, in my opinion, but also at the same time, it's so good that it's understandable. Only 2 Supreme Connection, I feel, is also a little weird.
Right. I would have reversed that with the heavy mobile, because the heavy mobile is like usually what you use for like your finisher, right? So
Yeah.
I would think Supreme Connection you'd want more of. It's like, let me go hybrid for a game, but I'm going to run 3 hybrids in my deck. Like, that seems unnecessary.
Also, no hybrid in this list either, now that you say so.
Yeah.
We normally see a Mercury, at least the one of.
That's probably why they went so much heavier on the Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Antic says that Old Shine lets you turbo into Ruin. Do I still have that up? How does it help you turbo? Am I missing it?
I like completely backed out of the webpage somehow, so I'm doing a lot of helping.
Interesting. Let's see. Any other lists we haven't covered yet, or types?
I would like to hop over into the nest.
The nest. Okay.
The
recent. Papakli. The Mega Zoo one?
Yeah, I think it's the Mega Zoo. Yeah, it's Mega Zoo.
13th place.
There's a Metal Garuru up above it that I need to represent my boy real quick. So after this, we gotta go represent the good old gunslinging wolf.
Let's see. So yeah, I mean, this looks like pretty standard what we've been seeing a lot of the Mega Zoo stuff, right? A bajillion Omnis.
They're not running Blitz, which I feel is a little weird. Two death
Okay,
X's.
antics. I see. Okay, so yeah, you go into the old shine that forces all your tamers to suspend, and then use the Marcus that lets you evo for free into ruin mode. I got you now. That makes sense.
Alright, so we're banning a card now, right?
The old ShineGreymon. I mean, for everyone that played during that format, during the 1.5 or 1.5 format, dang, Shine was everywhere. It was the meta deck. So yeah, then the fact for it to be coming back and actually being pretty viable again is, I do find amusing.
I don't want it to come back. Take it away.
All
It's a
right, so
Greymon card. Get it out of
oh
here.
god, hey, that's an honorary Greymon. It's fine. All right, so this list here. So four Machine Dramons, four Piedmons. What the?
I mean, so on my list, I do 3 Metal C, 1 Puppet, then 4 Machine, 4 Pied. Because Machine and Pied, I think, are 2 of the best cards in the deck in terms of your Dark Masters.
Yeah, for that D
But I was
Digivolve.
looking. Oh, yeah, the D Digivolve helps out a lot. And then it's also like when he basically, like, his. You're like, okay, well, D Digivolve on attack. If I live the attack, I'm just gonna go into like a Zord, or I'm gonna go into Alter B and pay a whole lot, but just to try to pop some stuff down. But I was trying to see with the Mega Gargomon if it's an on play, but it's only a when digivolving and end of attack
Yep.
for something. So the big thing with the aces, and it's why the aces are so heavy in here, the Omnimon Zord, because I know you played against the deck once,
Yep.
and he bricked the entire time.
it
So
was it was a bad brick. Like I was like, what is this deck supposed to do? It didn't do anything.
the Omnimon Zord can play, I think it's 8 cost or lower, and your aces are under that. So you can play a level 6 from trash. So it's, yeah, by trashing the top 3, you may play up to 2 8 cost or less black or purple Digimon from trash without paying the cost. You can play your aces, and since you get your on play effects, the Abawumon is broken. The Zoo Chow is only good for when attacking or when digivolving, but you can play the Mega Gargo. So you can, in theory, if that Mega Gargo lives till the turn, till your next turn, that's 2 swings right there.
Hey,
They're
welcome
also
to the channel,
not
Mox, or welcome to the stream rather.
they're not running Matt and Tai, and I'm a little confused about that because that Matt and Tai is kind of really good for the deck. But I think it's because they're running the Mega Gargo. That's
Are
kind of
the
their extra check.
are the Ebenwu and Zukrao, are those common? Like, because I thought you're always popping your level fives, right? They don't always stick around that often.
Yeah, so the big thing is the way that I run mine is with your analog youth, you kind of get these to go to trash, but your level 5s are optional if you want to pop them.
Right.
So you can be like, okay, well, I'll keep Lady Debbie on board, and then if your opponent swings, you'd be like, okay, Ace Evo. Or if you
Right.
got Cherry, you got 2 other targets to go, okay, Ace Evo. So, I mean, they work because we had somebody at the shop Thursday where their hand was always full of level 6s and everything else because they literally did Omnimon Zord twice and played their Gigadramons or Lady Debbies from trash and just made sure their hands always had everything they needed.
Nice.
But except for the Apocalypse, because he always has to be in security.
Always. Never fails. And no cards in here to grab it back from trash, I see.
Not till BT 17, boys.
It's like they knew
I
they were
think
gonna ban it, and they're like, "Oh, we need to make a card so we can get that Apocalypse back in rotation."
yeah, because it's Mephistomon is one of them. Because this card is rebuilt from the deck. This card is also treated as a level 6, so you can grab it off your searchers right there. Since they only grab level 6s. And it goes, when this card would be played from the hand by returning 1 Apocalypse from trash to the bottom of the deck, reduce the play cost by 3, which he's an 8 cost, so that's 5. And then he's got on deletion. If deleted by an effect, you may play a Golf or a level 6 Dark Master. Trade Digimon card from hand or trash without paying the cost. It's got a when attacking for an inheritable once per turn. By placing one level 5 or lower card with Dark Master and its text from your trash as this card's ball and Digivolution card, gain plus 2000 BP. So basically, you're setting these guys up to give your megas, if you choose to Digivolve, either blocker, piercing, reboot, or retell.
Right.
So, and I'm trying to find Golf, but this website decides it wants to load half of the web page. So Golfmon, on play when Digivolving, by returning a level 5 card with Dark Master and its text from your hand, or your trash to this card's bottom Digivolution card, delete when your opponent's level 5 or lower. When attacking, by returning 7 cards from your opponent's trash to the bottom of the deck, unsuspend this Digimon.
Ooh, nice.
And it's a 3-cost Evo. Oof. Hello, Purple. Eat your heart out.
Oh, Purple gets something really good. Better limit it to 1.
I mean, it's gonna happen. It's fine. I'll just cry inside.
All right, I think we got time for maybe just that one more. We'll do the MetalGarurumon. If you guys have any questions or if there's any other deck you want us to take a quick look at, I'm probably going to have about 20 more minutes, 25 more minutes before we got to shut down the stream. So get your questions in if you got anything. So let's go ahead and jump into this MetalGarurumon.
There's a lot of one-ofs.
Oh, God, I hate one-ups. Oh, my God.
There's a lot of one-ups.
I'm going to have to zoom out on this thing. Holy cow. I got to zoom out again. There we go. Oh, jeez.
I love it. I'm like, oh, man, they're running, like, all the one-ups. And I'm like, oh, they are, and more.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Wow.
One-up protoform.
Only one of the promo Garurumon, the when attacking draw one? Or only 3 of them, not 4? Like, usually that one's always maxed out.
I mean, you kind of got this, the BT-15 one. He's kind of the same thing. He's just once per turn.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, he's doing the mat combo. I'm surprised we're not seeing EX1 Garuru in here to play the mats for free.
Right.
You can do it off the BT-15 one, but it's only if you don't have a mat.
Right.
So,
which I like this one better than the security one for that regard there. Just because you can do it mid-evo. 3 trainings. So, that feels right.
I do 4, but that's just because I also don't do Ice Wall, and I only do 2 BT9 medals, and I do 1 EX, because the EX one I just was broken. Because the when Digivolving, if you have metal or X, your opponent loses 4 on when attacking.
Right.
That just stalls you out of turn, but
I don't like the EX1 Garurumon. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like it. I think I'd rather run the purple, the new purple one.
I mean, to be honest, I would too. Even then, like I wouldn't even do this one. Oh, I touched something on my desk. Why was it sticky?
Random.
Oh, I'm concerned. I would honestly do like 1 more ace and do either 1 of the purple or 2 of the purple. The ace is good for if you have to like stall out a little bit. And it works.
Says the guy that doesn't run Ice Wall.
Yeah. My opinions are always valid. This deck never bricks. What are you talking about?
How do you brick in a deck that has like 20 draw cards?
You get bad at the game, and you tell the deck it sucks, and then it bricks on you the entire night.
I mean, yeah, if you betray your deck, it has every right to betray you in return.
I played War Greymon one time, and the Gabu engine was like, "Ah, man, you ready to see karma?"
Ooh, yeah. See, that's the reason I've never touched Garurumon, right? Except for what back in BT1 1.0 special edition set, I played the Omnimon Turbo, the blue variant, right? That was the only time, and that's not really even a Garurumon deck. So when this deck was popular, I wasn't playing it. So, and I've never played it since. What, BT9? Yeah, that's when it started really popping off again, and I've never touched it. So therefore, Greymon doesn't brick on me. You though, you've touched both decks, and both decks hate you now.
I play everything at this point. I don't think there's a deck I haven't touched except for Setcon.
I was
I choose not
literally
to
about to
run
say
the third game.
Setcon.
I think I played. Hold on, I played Justice Control. Can we give me credit real quick? Hold on.
Yeah, but I wasn't there for that.
I
Did
mean,
you
I
ever
did
play?
more.
Did you play Shine at all?
Yes, I when we were testing for Nats, with the other two, I played like 2 games of Shine, and I think I bricked 1 game and saw the deck pop up for me once, and I was like, I'm never touching this again.
It, I've had it be a little bricky on me, not super bad though. Like it's got enough consistency, and you can make pretty much any Evo stack work. And it's one of those. It's like it just needs that one good turn to pop off, right? If you're doing your burst mode combo, you're probably winning that turn. And if you can just
Well,
stall out long enough to get there,
I think we also know me. I can't take somebody else's build because it's gonna brick, and I was using one of their builds of it. So it wasn't my build, so I had no idea what was in there. But I
ah,
remember going two physicals and hitting nothing. So nothing of worth.
bummer.
But back on here, the BT-15 Gabu's a 4 of. I get it. That card's broken for the win attacking. The BT5 Gabu, we did not get a good searcher. We're not Agumon. We're not loved.
Yeah,
So
that is a surprise. Honestly, how do you not have a Gabumon that adds a Mat and a Garuru? Like what?
oh yeah, no, we're not Greymon. We're not loved. Um, that's why we've been hit 3 times or
Yeah.
2 times. Oh wait, no, was it 3?
Let's see. Maybe I know it's two because the Where got hit.
Oh, where Gabu X and Garuru X. So twice on the same ban list?
No, those two separate band. Yeah, twice on the same ban list once, and then the Where got hit a while back. The original promo one.
So
Ice Wall. I mean, if you want to count that, that would be a third, a third hit. But I'm pretty sure the deck came out after Ice Wall got hit, so I don't think you can really count that.
yeah.
Digime,
So
you ask when will armor be good again? End of May. So what? A month and a half, roughly.
I
Well,
mean
you actually
kind of
already went over it. Armor already topped. Yeah, here it is. I still got it up. It got 12th place in what is this? The TAC. I think this was what Oceanas. It got 12th place. So yeah, it's Magnamon, but still though, I mean, it's already topping even without the super busted support. So
it's Magnamon up until we get that Flamedramon promo, and then it's Magnamon with 4 Flamedramon.
I mean, you just run Awakening of the Golden Knight and you'll be good. While you have a Digimon Armor Form trait, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. You may Digivolve one of your Digimon with the Armor Form trait into a Digimon card with Magnamon its name in your hand, ignoring its Digivolution requirements and without paying the cost. So yeah, you just run Flamemon and you just play the Awakening of the Golden Knight and you go into the new Magnamon X. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I mean, like the big thing with the new flame is it's like, yeah, let's raid into my opponent's big stack. Oh, my attack target changed. I'm trashing a card
Yeah.
from your security stack. So I feel
And
like
that
you don't even have to awaken.
it has armor purge though, doesn't it? I hope.
I want to say yes. I
I
think
want
that's why I said it was so
to.
busted.
I'm
Because I was
gonna
like,
gotta double check that. Let's see.
because I know the new Digimon I really enjoyed.
It not Flamemon, FlameDramon. Let's see. Dang, that alt looks so cool. Yeah, it's got armor purge. Armor purge raid. Evo for 2 on top of Vmon. It's good. Yeah, you just raid an attack target when this
Is it?
Digimon's attack target switches. And it's only during your turn. It's once per turn. The opponent adds the top card of their security stack to the hand. Doesn't trash it, but adds it to hand. Still, though, so good. And then, yeah, you just armor purge. And so you don't even lose your rookie.
It's a 1 cost on top of the promo fee.
Yeah.
So, hey, 1 cost, FlameDramon raid with a trashing security card. Promo might get hit. I say that questionably.
It's good. I put it in my all of my builds, I think. I was gonna say in my Imperial, but I'm pretty sure I put in armor also. It's just too good. That Luugamon though, I love the spice of the Luugamon.
Yeah, I really full meteor impact. I think because you're doing full meteor and you're doing Heaven's Judgment. And 2, we never talked about the 2 Louis or Louis.
Yeah,
Louis. Oh.
yeah, Louis. Whenever I played against Numemon, I think it was the Ultimate Cup last month, sometime in March. I think it was, oh god, maybe it was the one at the end of February. I can't remember, but yeah, I played against Numemon, and they ran this with their Upa or their Ukos. I mean, at a 2 of in combination with that guy, it's pretty solid because you can basically just get 2 rookies from raising area in the same turn. If the one of them's the Uka, the first one's the Uka.
I feel like that's why Davis might be a 1-0, is because you promote up and be like, okay, we'll suspend Louis, and then the Uka. So that's a game 2, right?
Yeah.
So I mean that kind of puts you to 3 anyway, and then the promo Davis is like gain 1 if you have a free. So
Yeah. And I guess the Davis Searcher, like, you've got enough things that you can't hit off of it, like Death X, Shine, Ruin Mode, all of your option cards here, the Ukos. You don't really want to bottom deck any of that stuff. So, yeah, looking at it, as far as the searching goes, there's just the 1 Davis, and probably just because he's the memory setter for the deck. But yeah, after that, all your searchers add free types, so you don't have. It really seems like the deck leans heavily into the Uko, because yeah, all your searches can add it. So your 2 Vmon searchers can both add the Uko, and then 5 babies. They're running the Wanya and the Bukamon.
So really quick, I know we said we were gonna drop, or we were gonna fix and end it, but go back over the nest and go on the top 16 Luugamon build, because it's running something I think you'll find interesting.
The 10th place one or 14th?
Or on the nest, the Latin one. It's
Yeah, I mean
top 16.
top 16. There's 2 in top 16. There's a 10th place and a 15th, or 14th rather.
Okay, 14th. My bad. Sorry. It just says top 16 on here. It doesn't say anything else. This is the only one that's done that. It's running a delicate plan.
Yeah. Literally someone commented on my Luugamon deck profile today talking about running ADP because SetCon is so stinking popular right now that this deck just kind of hard loses, right? To that. The timing on it's weird though, because you gotta do it only when you have the new Lugar. That's the only time you can play it.
Chimera, because he considers himself all the colors if he's got them under him, right?
Right, if he has it under him. So yeah, as long as he's got the Luga or the Lugar that's red.
I mean, that's 5 cards you're depending on to have. They're running
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
3 of the new Luga.
Those ratios are pretty low on the reds there.
I mean, he did well with it, so
I
either
mean,
luck was on his side or.
yeah. I'm always curious of like what their matches are, right? But it doesn't put that in there. I guess he can't really get that information without interviewing every single person or
3
doing
Fenrir.
crazy research.
He's only doing 3 fins.
Yeah, that's wild.
He's also heavy on Mist, Purple, and Wisdom.
Yeah. They do have the Uber driver though, so at least they made that call. Gotta have the Uber driver. Only one Black Gato though.
I mean, I feel
And
like you kind of got to sacrifice the Black Auto for the Black Uber.
well, but they also don't have the Tyrannomon, the Searcher. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very interesting build.
I feel like it's tight because of the options. I think the options tight made the level 4 count a little tight.
Right. And their level 5 count is huge though, with the 2 Chimeras and the 8 others.
I mean, that's normal for the list though, but I mean, not for how tight the rest of it is. Because I think with mine, I run 4 of each Luga, and I think I run 1 Ghazi. Because I think I'm only running 9 level 3s. And I don't think I run Fang anymore. I think I'm just running straight Tyranno. It's interesting.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think I might be might have dropped Fang. I don't know why I clicked on it, but it's just kind of awkward. Yeah, there's so many good level 4s for this deck. But again, you can get away with having a low rookie count to make up for that. So I'm surprised they're bothering with the Gazis, though.
I mean, I'm surprised it's Ghazi and not Psych a little bit. Because the Death X is a problem for this match, but then again, you have Ruin running around everywhere, so I understand it a little bit. Instead of running Ghazi, I'd probably run, if you're wanting some more consistency to kind of clear some space down there, run I want to say Dober, but that's not right. Leviamon. The EX 5-1? You can drop the 2 Gazes, and then you can drop the 2 purples and literally put another Finn, because you're only running 3, and I feel like that can become a problem sometimes. Or
yeah, I mean your whole deck kind of revolves around having this mega, and if you don't see it, does it really do anything? I don't think so.
Yeah.
The soul is not going to carry you to victory by itself. There's just no way.
He's gonna try his hardest, okay?
Yeah, I mean, if you listened or read Seekers, Soul puts in a ton of work. Like, what, Finral shows up for the last episode or so, right? The last section, but Soul is like in the whole final like quarter of the series, like just putting in work against megas by himself. So.
But I feel like my Luga list is so weird because I'm running 4 Fins and I'm running 1 Anubis. Because I feel like Anubis is kind of broken in this deck. Like I was saying with the Hell Lugar.
Right.
It's like you can take care of some problems just by looping that. But
yeah, I know in my very, very first Finral list or my Luugamon list, I was running the Mega for the Drakmon. I forget the name of it, but he had that dark animal, gets to play out the level 4 dark animal stuff. But now that Anubis is a card, like, yeah, I would absolutely expect that to be an easy include in a Luugamon list.
I still think the excuse that they gave us whenever they gave us that ban list is like, yeah, we need to test the cards out more.
Yeah.
I mean, you think?
we made a mistake. Like, no kidding. Maybe you should look at, but it's kind of like the Magic the Gathering issue, right? once your game's been out so long, like testing all these different possible interactions, like if they really test every single level 4 that it can play in the entire game? Like, did they go through one by one every single card that you could possibly play off of that? Well, not even just level 4s, right? Because you can play other stuff with Anubis. So that's a hard card to test everything for, and clearly they didn't test everything.
Yeah, no, because it's like it's the thing too where I think me and you have talked about it before. The power creep in this game gets ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah.
Like from set, because we're looking at the set now and we're like, okay, yeah, we have like these decks topping, and then you go and look at like 16 and it's like, yeah, you have like 3 other decks topping, and you know, if those old decks happen to keep up, good. If they don't, buy the new set.
Yeah, and that's the problem with like a new TCG though. Like, especially when you live or die by every single set release. Like, you can have one bad set that's just kind of anticlimactic, but you can't have 2 in a row, right? That are bad. You just don't have the player base that could survive 2 bad main sets in a row. Like, you could have maybe a side set and a main set in a row be bad, but 2 main sets, I mean, that's half a year of playtime. You can't expect people to come back 6 months later after 2 boring sets that did nothing to change the meta, and so they've been playing against the same decks for essentially 9 months, right? Because you had that one main set, and then you had the 2 main sets afterwards that are bad. So that's like 9 months of the same meta. No way, especially if it's a bad meta. Ugh.
Yeah, let's go talk about Lord Knight format real quick and give everybody some PTSD.
Oh god, yeah. I had PTSD for that format a little differently though, because I played in a bunch of regionals, and you know how many top 20 finishes I got that weren't top 16? Too freaking many. I think it was like 3. I got maybe 2. It was like I got 17th and 18th, and then I got like a 30th. I went from literally in the finals on table 2 to 30th place from losing to that guy. I was like, are you kidding me? How did I drop from table 2 in the finals to 30th place? Like, that was Lord Knight format though. Oh god, frustrating.
I mean, that's kind of like me whenever I was doing really good with Nova that entire time. We hit like the last round. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got this. Crossheart matchup.
Yep.
Don't got this anymore.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna have to go ahead and end the stream here. If you guys enjoy content like this, let me know. We can. I think we can probably manage this every Monday night at 6. It doesn't always have to be just meta talk, right? We can do some deck profiles. I can put out some polls for you guys of popular decks that you want us to review, look over. We can either dive into future formats of looking like BT16, looking at that stuff. We can update some current decks. We can, again, of course, review top decks that have done well. So if there's anything y'all want us to deep dive into, we can definitely do that for you. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, go check out his channel. So he's going to be doing more and more content here. Yugo Souls. I'll have a link in the description for this one. We'll not get it updated after this. So go check him out as well. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.